Good morning, everyone. I'd like to welcome you all right back to Working Class Advocates. We are an independent socialist news media and mutual aid worker cooperative. I'm your host, Jesse Austin. I'm really excited to kick off today's segment with some good news. The U.S. Navy has allegedly removed a document that described socialists and anarchists as political terrorists alongside neo-Nazis from their training manuals. So this amazing reporting comes from Ken Klippenstein at The Intercept. We'll take a read here. U.S. military training document says socialists represent terrorist ideology. A Navy training document asks, anarchists, socialists, and neo-Nazis represent which terrorist ideological category? So here's the document here. And they're referring to this. Study questions number 3. Anarchists, socialists, and neo-Nazis represent which terrorist ideological category? And it says the correct answer is political terrorists. I remember when I first saw this document, it really made my blood boil, but it also reminded me of something. Some official European agreement where they denounced both Nazis and communism. Oh yeah, the Prague Declaration of 2008. What is the Prague Declaration, you might ask? To quote Phil Katz from the Morning Star, it is the centerpiece of a movement started in 2008 in Eastern Europe based on notions of a red-brown alliance, or horseshoe political theory. Extreme right and extreme left somehow meet and fuse. Nazis and communists become interchangeable. In the Declaration and all of its iterations, communists and Nazis are made to appear indistinguishable, lumped together as extremist ideologies. Sounds familiar, doesn't it? This false equivalence is easily shown to be ridiculous by even a rudimentary examination of the kind of activity socialist and anarchist groups engage in. By contrast, there are no Nazi groups that exist for any other reason than hate and organizing hate crimes, yet for some reason the US government still refuses to categorize the KKK as a terrorist organization. But don't worry, surely this is an honest mistake. Just like calling anarchists and socialists political terrorists by definition was an honest mistake. I'm sure they've just made 2 honest mistakes that just so happen to serve the interests of violent fascists. Anarchists and socialists may smash windows and block the roads, which still wouldn't be terrorism, by the way. But to pretend that that's all they do, or that their goals with groups like Food Not Bombs and Black Lives Matter are in any way similar to the goals of violent right-wing extremist groups that exist for hate and hate's sake alone, really goes to show, as the original defector put it, that, quote, whoever is directing the Navy anti-terror curriculum would rather vilify the left than actually protect anything. Alright, so in the beginning of the segment, I said this was good news. Whatever was I going on about? Am I a little bit too excited about this? Yes, this is a very small victory, and you can bet your bottom dollar this training manual would still be in use if not for its getting leaked and generating so much well-earned backlash on social media. Nevertheless, the fact that the Navy retracted this is in its own way an admission of guilt. So the next time you hear this false equivalence, remember, even branches of the US military will back down and eat their words given enough pressure because they know there's a difference, and they so badly wish that they could dismiss us as terrorists so they don't have to answer the growing calls for racial justice, universal healthcare, and income equality. But we're not going away, and the US government can call us terrorists and extremists if they so please. But unfortunately, anyone is free to Google who killed Martin Luther King Jr. and figure out for themselves who the real terrorists are. Alright, that's our show. Thanks for watching, everyone. If you're down to support the co-op, consider becoming a patron or making a one-time donation via Cash App or PayPal. Every little bit, and I mean every little bit, is appreciated. Till next time, workers of the world unite. Love you all and have a good night. Of course, their poor excuses fell apart upon first inspection. I'm saying those in power have delusions of grandeur. They are the problem, we're the solutions. We stand up and call them out because we're ruthless and we go hard. Don't got no games to play, so we protest and vote smart. Protest and vote smart. We call for revolution since day one, get it understood? And we won't stop until everywhere it's all good. And we won't stop until everywhere it's all good.
everywhere.